Welcome to another episode of Cooking with Kathy, Scott, and Friends. Today we're here with actually my son, John Weaver, who's our special guest this week.
Hi, everybody.
John, what are you going to be cooking for us today?
I'm going to be making my game day chili in a crock pot.
Game day chili in a crock pot.
Yes.
All right. Anything that we need to know special before we get started?
The only thing you should know is that this is a healthy chili. It has very little carbs, zero sugar in it, but it still tastes wonderful. And instead of your normal ground beef with turkey with the crock pot, you're going to be making it with ground turkey instead.
Okay. And anybody could make it. It's not difficult. It's not
Very
special
easy
ingredients except for the turkey.
There's very little ingredients, very little prep time. It takes about 15 minutes to prep and about 4 hours in the crock pot on high.
Nice. So when did you start cooking?
I really started cooking probably after I graduated high school. It's probably when I really started cooking. Our lives were pretty busy before that, so my parents did all of the cooking for us.
Oh, they did they?
Yeah, they did.
And do you regret not coming into the kitchen when you were a kid and learning more?
Yeah, a little bit. I think I would have taken it a little bit for granted doing it then as well, but I've definitely come into my own, I feel like, in the kitchen.
That's good. I mean, I'm a self-taught cook myself, although I learned by watching my grandma, my mom, my dad, that kind of thing. But I was always encouraged to go into the kitchen. I don't think you were encouraged to go into the kitchen.
I was not. As you well know, my mom can burn water. So there's that. And she's self-proclaimed that she does that. So
yeah. Well, but I'm talking from my perspective. I don't think I encouraged you boys to get into the kitchen.
No, not as much. I mean, living where we lived and the busy schedules with sports and theater and all that kind of stuff, there wasn't much time for all that with us when we all.
No, but we could have made time. Or I could have made time for sure. And I would encourage you and your brothers to make sure you make that time if and when you do have children, because I do think it's something that can be a lot of fun in the kitchen.
We actually just started building a cookbook for that very reason.
Nice. And you're going to share it with your old man, right?
Sure. We have a ton of stuff that we're putting in it.
Well, good. I want a copy of it.
we as of right now, we cook about 90% of our meals.
Good. That's good. It's so much better for you anyways, health-wise, than going out and doing that kind of stuff. But anyways, all right. So we're going to send you off to go do your cooking. And we're going to check in with you right after you're done.
Sounds great. Hi, I'm John, and today we're going to be making healthy game day chili. First thing you're going to need is your crock pot. Next thing you're going to need is your pan to put all the meat in. Next thing is the measuring spoons. In this game day chili, you're going to use ground turkey, spices, beans, tomatoes, onions, and garlic. It takes about 4 to 6 hours to make in the crock pot. First thing you're going to do is start with the meat. First things first is you're going to turn on it to medium to high heat. You're going to put some oil in the pan. You're going to sit and wait for that to heat up before you put your meat in. And while that's heating up, you can start your beans. You're going to come over here. You're going to crack it open. Get the can almost all the way open. Nice little trick here. Let's get it almost there. Just like so. You're going to come over here where we have the strainer in the sink. And you're going to dump. Make sure you get all the juices out and make sure you get all the beans. You're gonna do that 4 more times because there's 4 cans of beans. Once you got the beans straining, come back over here, put your meat in the pan. Make sure once it's nice and hot, just kind of break it up as you kind of put it in so that you can make it a little easier for yourself when it comes down the road. You're going to hear a nice little sizzle from the oil and the meat touching the hot pan. That's a good sign. Really want to make sure you kind of break it up so it's easier later. Mix it and it gets all cooked evenly. Spread it out on the pan. Once you're done touching meat, you always want to wash your hands with some hot water and some soap. Make sure to get all those germs out of there, you know. Once you've got the meat in there, kind of give it a stir. Make sure it gets all in there. It's going to take a little bit for the meat to cook. About 10 to 15 minutes probably for all 3 pounds of the turkey to cook. I should mention that you can also make this with ground beef, but I choose to make it with ground turkey. It's a lot more lean and a lot less oil from the meat. While your turkey's cooking, you get your crock pot ready to go. You're going to get your crock pot liner. It's a lot easier to clean up with this. Some people use it. It doesn't change the taste of it. It's just a lot easier to clean up after. So put that in there. Once that's in there, you can get your beans from the strainer. Go ahead and dump those in. Once those are in there, you're going to add your tomatoes. Got 2 cans. I use Ro Tel Organic Original. You also can use the spicy kind if you'd like. I do find that these have 0 sugar in them, and that's why I use them. So again, you're gonna do the same kind of thing. Crack it open. Do about 90% of the can opening it up, and you can just dump it right in. Do that with both of those guys. It smells good. Put those tomatoes in. Now you got your tomatoes in, your beans in your crock pot. Go ahead and make sure you check on your turkey. Alright, now you're going to check on your turkey. Make sure you get it all nice and even. There is going to be some liquid from the turkey. That's okay. We're going to strain the turkey later to make it a little drier. But don't worry, we're also going to add some chicken stock to it to make it a little juicier for the chili to be juicy. So I want to make sure that your turkey is nice and brown. Make sure we cook it all the way through. While that's still cooking, we can add our onions and garlic. We're going to use a full onion that I have diced up here. In here. Then you're going to use about 4 tablespoons of garlic or 4 cloves of garlic. I like to take a spoon here and just mix it up. Make sure we get all those colors all together. Get it nice and mixed up before you add the meat and all the other spices we're going to be using today. Kind of get the onions marinating and the garlic and the beans all marinating together. While the turkey's still cooking, we're going to add our spices in. First, we're going to do our chili powder. You're going to do 3 tablespoons of chili. Then you're gonna do 4 teaspoons, excuse me, of adobo. Doesn't have to be exact, a little bit more is okay. It's not like baking. Also, seasoning to taste is always recommended. Then you're going to do 4 teaspoons of cumin. And then I like to add a little bit of crushed red pepper just for taste and a little bit of spice. And then we're going to stir all that up. Now once your turkey is done, you're going to take it off of the heat and we're going to strain the turkey. Hopefully you don't drop any in the sink. Just give it a nice little shake here. Don't want to rinse it off just because don't want to lose all that flavor. Once that's kind of all done, you're going to take it over to the crock pot and just dump it in like so. And then give that a nice stir. Really getting the beans and the meat married together. Once you have all that stirred together, you're gonna, it's a little dry, so we're gonna add a little bit of chicken stock to it. I'm gonna do about a cup of chicken stock. Again, measurements don't need to be exact here, kind of to taste. But you're doing that just so it doesn't dry out on you. Kind of give it a once more stir around. Alright, once that's done, you're going to put your lid on, and you can either put it on from 4 to 6 hours on high or 8 to 10 hours on low, depending on when you are done and wanting to serve it or put it into containers. It's been 4 hours, so we're going to take the top off. Oh yeah. Chili is done. We're going to stir it up, get all those juices back in that meat, and then we're going to be ready to serve. This makes about 6 meals if you're doing a meal plan, which is what I'm doing. And it'll serve me 6 lunches this week. I'm gonna try it out, make sure it tastes good. Perfect. A little bit of spice, everything. And that's my game day chili. Enjoy.
Well, John, that chili looks amazing. So what do you take, what flavors really come through on the chili?
You really taste the turkey out of it all because that's the main ingredient. But you also get a lot of the chili flakes because I like to really add those chili flakes in there, make it a little spicy. I get the spiciness from you, I think, that I really like, just spicy anything.
Probably.
So yeah, and then the chicken broth instead of the beef broth with the turkey actually makes it a lot juicier, I feel like, and it really brings out that turkey flavor.
Oh, nice. And does the cumin give you a good smoky flavor too?
Not as much as you would think. It actually gives you more of a salty flavor.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
Anything else.
Well, thanks for sharing your recipe with us. I appreciate your time and doing it. And you'll have to come back and fix something else, and maybe you can bring your fiance Caroline in and have her make something with you.
She's a much better cook than I am.
Well, there you bring her on screen.
Go on screen.
So you'll cook with me next time.
Yes.
Oh, awesome.
We're actually trying out another crock pot recipe tonight that she's trying out. So.
Oh, yum. I'm making tomato basil soup and grilled cheese sandwiches.
Sounds instant classic.
What are you making?
I'm making what they call on the internet crack chicken.
Okay. Yeah. You'll
It's
have to
got
make
some-
that on camera for us because that's
it's got some cream cheese and some seasoning.
oh, cream cheese and chicken. Yum.
Yeah, I'm excited for it.
Yum. All right. Well, thanks for joining us. And that's another episode of Cooking with Kathy, Scott, and Friends. Join us again next time.